This is Chinnamasta. She is a self-decapitated goddess, and in the Tantric tradition, this shocking image represents the first step toward a genuine internal transformation. Modern spirituality often emphasizes love and light, a sanitized approach that encourages us to suppress our rage, bite our tongues, and perform a polite role to fit in. Pushing these raw impulses into the basement of the mind leads directly to burnout. When we exile our boundaries and our anger to remain spiritual, we lose the very parts of ourselves needed for survival. Ignoring the shadow doesn't create peace. It creates a fragmented and powerless psyche. In his book, The Mahavidya Code, Kany Sachdev argues that this ancient wisdom isn't a call to worship, but a call to be real. The 10 Mahavidyas are internal archetypes. They function as vibrational codes embedded in the folds of the human psyche. Engaging these sporsons involves embodying their frequencies to dismantle a false identity and reclaim unconditioned presence. These ancient myths operate as psychological frameworks designed to help the individual achieve personal autonomy. The first code is Kali, the force of destruction. Humans naturally fear sudden endings, loss, and the collapse of the familiar. Kali's imagery is surgical. She represents the psychological energy required to leave a toxic environment, end a relationship that has expired, or stop performing a role that no longer fits. Her blade severs the karmic loops and the false timelines that keep the mind in a state of stagnation. Without the willingness to destroy a persona that is no longer true, spiritual growth cannot begin. Where Kali moves outward, the second code, Bagalamukhi, focuses on internal restraint. She is the code of stillness. She governs the power of stambhana, or energetic halting. This frequency halts the momentum of office drama, interpersonal conflict, or internal panic. In practice, this means deploying the sacred pause, the conscious choice to stop a reaction before it gains power. Power lies in the capacity to maintain a silence so absolute that it neutralizes the surrounding chaos. The third code, Matangi, is the code of the true voice. She represents the parts of the psyche that refuse to be socialized. She rules over the impure and the unedited, the weird intuitions and raw truths we often censor to ensure we are liked or accepted by others. Her initiation asks you to stop filtering your essence. It requires speaking from a place of deep resonance, even when the truth feels inconvenient. The voice you silence to fit in is often the exact frequency needed to find your way back to your own knowing. The final stage of this journey is Kamala, the code of grace. She arrives only after the false structures of the ego have been cleared. Her frequency stands in direct opposition to hustle culture. In this state, you stop over-explaining your value and stop performing for the approval of the world. This is the state of magnetic receptivity. It is the ability to sit in your own center and allow life to flow toward you. You shed the false identity to become an unshapable force, standing ready to receive the life you have earned. You don't need to be an expert in Tantra to work with these archetypes. You only need the willingness to stop betraying your own knowing. You can find a complete guide to these practices in the Mahavidya Code by Kany Sachdev, available now on Amazon and at leading retailers. Which of these 3 codes do you feel rising in your life right now? Tell us in the comments, and share this video with someone who is ready to step into their power. Stop running from your fire. Become it.